Do you want to know how a lot time you in reality have left once you pass 70 each? Year feels great or valuable, and the truth is, your frame is already providing you with signals about how lengthy you can live. A few human beings of their 70s, nevertheless, sense robust, sharp, and complete of existence, while others start to gradual down, coping with fitness issues and fatigue. The distinction it's frequently observed in a few key signs, subtle, however powerful signs that can provide you with a glimpse into your destiny. In this video we're going to talk about 7 signs which can screen how lengthy you may stay after 70. These are not guesses or myths. They are based totally on real patterns that researchers and medical doctors have found in folks that live long, healthful lives. Via the give up of this video, you may know precisely what to search for to your personal body and way of life, and extra importantly, what you could do to maximize your possibilities of living longer and staying more healthy. Live tuned till the end, due to the fact you probably forget small things that would have a large effect for your future, and after you recognize those signs and symptoms, you will have a clear concept of in which you stand and what modifications you may need to make to add years to your life. Now permits get started out. Signal 1 Sir say 1. Your strolling pace, one of the strongest signs of the way long you would possibly live after 70 isn't hidden on your DNA, your scientific information, or maybe your food regimen. It's something far easier. Your walking speed. Studies have proven that people who hold a constant brisk on foot tempo of their 70s and beyond tend to stay longer than folks who sluggish down drastically. That's because taking walks velocity is immediately linked to ordinary health, muscle energy, cardiovascular function, or even mind fitness. Reflect on consideration on people. Joe and Frank, both 75 years. Vintage Joe walks every morning, continues a constant pace, and does not struggle when crossing the road or climbing stairs. His movements are fluid, balanced, and assured. Frank, then again, was energetic, however, has slowed down extensively over the last few years. He struggles to keep up with others, takes frequent breaks, and occasionally feels unsteady on his feet, while Joe's pace indicates that his body is still functioning nicely. Frank's declining velocity could be a warning sign that his health is deteriorating. A slow, unsteady walk is not just about getting older. It may signal underlying issues like muscle weakness, poor stream, or even early neurological decline. Your legs are your basis, and after they start to weaken, so does your ordinary resilience. The good news: strolling speed is something you can enhance. The more you walk, the more potent you stay. In case you've observed yourself slowing down, don't forget about it. Begin making small efforts to construct power, whether it's taking more walks using light weights, or doing simple leg sporting activities. Due to the fact in the long run how speedy you flow via lifestyles literally can inform you lots about how lengthy you'll keep transferring it all, so be aware of your tempo. It would just be the handest way to test into your durability signal in your grip power, except as true with it or now not. The power of your handshake is probably revealing greater about your destiny than you. Watched studies has observed that grip power is one of the clearest indicators of typical vitality in older adults. The organization consistent grip shows sturdy muscular tissues, exact move, and a nicely functioning fearful gadget. Then again, a vulnerable or declining grip may be an early caution sign of muscle loss, frailty, or even a higher risk of health headaches. Take Robert, a 78-year man who continually prided himself on his firm handshake. He stayed active, did mild weightlifting, and in no way had hassle commencing jars or carrying groceries. Then there is Walter, additionally 78, who began noticing that easy responsibilities, like twisting the cap off a bottle or maintaining on to a heavy bag, felt more difficult than they used to. He dismissed it as simply growing old, but what he didn't recognize was that his declining grip energy becomes signaling a loss of muscle mass that could make him more susceptible to falls, accidents, or even shorter existence expectancy. Your fingers are a reflection of your universal muscle health. If your grip is weakening, probabilities are so is the relaxation of your body, and the more strength you lose, the tougher it becomes to live impartial, energetic, and resilient. The best news: you could rebuild it. Simple sports like squeezing a tennis ball, the usage of hand grippers, or even wearing mild weights can help hold your grip and maintain your muscle robust. So take a moment and test your grip. If shaking palms feels weaker than it used to, or if normal duties are becoming harder, do not ignore it, because how well you preserve on 2 things these days would possibly simply let you know how nicely you'll maintain directly to lifestyles in the years yet to come. In case you're nevertheless looking this video and finding these insights precious, please remark variety beneath to allow me recognize you are right here. And if you have not subscribed yet, I advocate you subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any films. Now allows move forward. Signal 3. Your capability to stand on one leg. Stability isn't always something most humans reflect on consideration until they begin losing it. However, your ability to stand on one leg for as a minimum 10 seconds is one of the most powerful predictors of ways long you may stay. Researchers have discovered that those who battle with balance are much more likely to revel in falls, injuries, or even cognitive decline. Then again, individuals who can hold their stability nicely into their 70s and beyond generally tend to live longer, healthier lives. Consider two girls, Carol and Nancy. Both of their early 70s. Carol has always been energetic. She walks each day, does yoga, and can effortlessly raise one foot off the floor for numerous seconds without wobbling. Nancy, alternatively, hasn't paid tons attention to her balance over the years. Whilst she tries to stand on one leg, she straight away starts tipping over, desiring to seize directly to something to constant herself. What Nancy does not understand is this lack of stability isn't just an inconvenience. It's a warning sign that her coordination, muscle, electricity, or even mind function can be declining. Precise stability is based on sturdy legs, a pointy, fearful device, and a wholesome mind. In case you be aware yourself, stumbling more often, feeling unsteady when turning quick, or desiring to keep directly to partitions or fixtures for help, it's time to do so. The fine part stability can be progressed, easy, physical games like standing on one foot for a few seconds each day, walking heel to toe, or training mild Tai Chi will let you rebuild balance. Do this. Take a look at proper. Now arise and lift one foot off the floor. Are you able to maintain it for 10 seconds without suffering? If now not, don't panic, but do not ignore it either due to the fact the extra you work in your balance nowadays, the stronger and steadier you'll be for the years in advance. Sign for your sound asleep patterns. How nicely you sleep at nighttime says lots. Approximately how long you might stay asleep isn't pretty much relaxation, it's while your frame maintenance itself strengthens the immune system and clears pollution from the mind. Studies have proven that humans over 70 who keep steady, high-quality sleep tend to live longer and healthier lives at the same time as folks at warfare with terrible sleep have a higher danger of memory decline, coronary heart disease, and weakened immune. Consider two men, Henry and Bill, each in their mid-70s. Henry has a constant bedtime, sleeps around 7 hours every night, and wakes up feeling refreshed. Invoice then again has stressed nights, tossing and turning, waking up multiple times and sometimes struggling to nod off it. Throughout time, Henry's body keeps two characteristic nicely. His thought stays sharp and his power tiers remain consistent. But Bill starts experiencing mind fog, daylight, fatigue, and even adjustments in his blood pressure, all linked to his declining sleep quality. If you wake up often at some point of the nighttime, have trouble staying asleep, or locate yourself feeling exhausted even after hours in bed, do not brush it off. Your frame is telling you something terrible. Sleep can be connected too many things: stress, negative weight loss plan, lack of physical pastime, or even undiagnosed health conditions like sleep apnea. The best news: sleep quality may be progressed. Easy adjustments like lowering display screen time before bed, sticking to a habitual getting herbal daylight within the morning, or warding off heavy food at nighttime can make a huge difference. Sleep isn't always pretty much feeling rested. It's approximately maintaining your body and thoughts performing at their exceptional. So this night, be aware of how you sleep. If you awaken tired, struggle to stay asleep, or experience like your sleep has modified in current years, it is time to make adjustments due to the fact how well you rest nowadays would possibly just decide how strong and healthful you stay in the years in advance. In case you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please remark range for beneath to let me realize you are here. And if you have not subscribed, but I recommend you subscribe and activate the bell so that you do not leave out any films. Your assist facilitates us continue developing desirable content material to tell and encourage you currently. Let's move ahead. Sign 5. Your urge for food and ingesting habits. The way you consume after 70 is one of the most powerful signs of how long you would possibly stay. A wholesome appetite and a nicely balanced diet maintain your body sturdy, your immune machine resilient, and your strength tiers high. Then again, a unexpected lack of appetite or negative consuming conduct can sign underlying health issues and even boost up growing old. Don't forget girls, Margaret and Susan, both 74 years. Antique Margaret enjoys her meals, eats numerous fresh whole foods, and keeps a regular weight. She appears ahead to preparing her personal food and feels energized in the course of the day. Susan, however, has noticed that she just isn't as hungry as she was. She skips food, is based on processed ingredients, and has unintentionally misplaced weight during the last 12 months. What she doesn't understand is that her declining appetite isn't just a small alternate. It is a pink flag that her frame won't be absorbing vitamins properly that can weaken her muscles, gradual down her metabolism, and even have an effect on her immune device. A reduced urge for food in older adults is frequently connected to underlying health issues, including digestive troubles, hormonal changes, or maybe early signs and symptoms of cognitive decline. And whilst you're not consuming sufficient, your body begins breaking down muscle main to weakness, frailty, and an increased chance of falls and contamination. If you've observed changes for your eating conduct, whether or not it is feeling complete too quickly, a lack of hobby in food, or unexpected weight loss, it's Crucial to take action. Eating properly after 70 isn't pretty much staying full. It's about giving your body the nutrients it wishes. To feature nicely, focus on whole nutrient-dense foods. Stay hydrated and do not ignore a shrinking urge for food. It may be your body's manner of telling you that something needs attention. So ask yourself, are you continued to playing your meals? Are you getting enough protein, fiber, and healthy fat to hold your frame sturdy, or have you observed a decline on your urge for food and energy levels? The manner you consume nowadays has a right-away impact on how sturdy and independent you may be in the years beforehand. Sign 6. Your capacity to deal with strain. The way you take care of pressure after set can let you know loads approximately how long you will stay. Chronic strain would not simply have an effect on your mood, it weakens your immune gadget, increases your risk of coronary heart disorder, and even accelerates growing old. Then again, those who recognize a way to manage strain effectively tend to stay more healthy, greater energetic, and mentally sharp, nicely into their later years. Take John and Richard, both 76 years. Antique JN faces challenges similar to anybody else. Sudden charges. Health scares, own family problems, but he has discovered to address them with a calm, regular approach he practices. Deep breathing, lives socially engaged, and does not reside on issues longer than essential. Richard, however, holds on to stress. He continuously issues approximately things outside of his manipulate, feels overwhelmed through small frustrations, and regularly reveals himself stuck in negative thought styles. Through the years, this steady stress wears on his frame, his blood strain rises, his sleep suffers, and his strength stages drop. Long-term pressure triggers infection within the body, which has been related to nearly each most important age related disailment, from Alzheimer's to coronary heart situations. If you're frequently feeling nerve-wracking, irritable, or emotionally drained, don't ignore it. Finding approaches to manage strain, whether or not through mindfulness, exercising, deep respiration, or maybe laughter, can add years in your existence. Ask yourself whilst demanding situations. Get up. Do you adapt and pass ahead, or do you keep directly to fear and permit stress? Manage your capacity to stay calm. Locate solutions and recognition on what you could control isn't simply precise to your mind. It is a key component, and how long and how properly you live. In case you're still watching this video and locating those insights valuable, please remark wide variety 6 underneath to let me recognize you are here. And if you have not subscribed, but I recommend you subscribe and switch on the bell so you do not omit any motion pictures. Your help enables us retain growing good content to inform and encourage you. Now allows pass forward. Signal 7. Your social connections. The energy of your relationships may be one of the clearest indicators of the way long you may stay after 70. Look at have continually shown that people with robust social ties, whether through friendships, own family, or community involvement, have a tendency to stay longer, more healthy lives. Loneliness, on the other hand, has been related to better dangers of coronary heart disorder, melancholy, cognitive decline, and even early mortality. Reflect on consideration on 2 ladies, Elena and Barbara, both 78 years. Antique Elena has an energetic social existence. She remains in contact with old pals, participates in a neighborhood ebook membership, and enjoys spending time with own family. She looks ahead to her conversations, laughs frequently, and feels a re-experience of connection to the human beings around her. Barbara, however, spends maximum of her time alone. She has lost touch with many of her friends over the years, and though she has a circle of relatives, she not often reaches out because the months bypass. She starts off evolved, feeling remoted, her temper declines, and her standard fitness begins to suffer. Human connection is extra than just emotional assist. It performs an instantaneous function in bodily health while you have interaction with others. Your mind stays active, your strain degrees drop, and your frame releases chemical compounds that sell average well-being. If you discovered yourself retreating from social sports, avoiding smartphone calls, or spending more time by myself than you used to, it's time to trade. That staying connected does not suggest you need to be surrounded by human beings all of the time. Even small efforts, accomplishing out to an old buddy, becoming a member of a group with shared interests, or making it a dependency to have meaningful conversations, could make all the difference, because the relationships you nurture today don't simply convey happiness. They help make sure what you live more healthy and live longer in the future years. Her 4 very last thoughts. Now, which you recognize these 7 signs, take a moment to reflect on where you stand. Are you shifting through lifestyles with electricity and self-belief, or have you ever observed subtle modifications that might be warning signs? The good news is that most of these elements, you're on foot: velocity, grip power, stability, sleep, fine consuming behavior, strain, degrees, and social connections are things you could improve. Your destiny isn't set in stone, and the alternatives you make these days will have a powerful impact on how many years you have beforehand of you. If you've identified regions wherein you need to improve, do not look forward to a physician to tell you it's time to make an alternate start. Now take extra walks, fortify your muscle groups, prioritize desirable sleep, live, socially related, and find approaches to manage pressure. The aim isn't just to live longer, it is to stay better, due to the fact at the end of the day, toughness isn't always just about the range of years you have left, but the best of life you revel in those years. Thank you for becoming a member of us these days. We might love to pay attention from you. Leave a comment underneath and proportion one factor you found out these days and the way you plan to use it in your life. Your mind are important to us, so do not hesitate to percentage them. Analyzing your feedback offers us fantastic motivation and encouragement. In case you enjoyed this video and found it beneficial, please like, subscribe, and proportion your help. Help assist us maintain creating top content material to inform and encourage you. Thanks for watching, and we stay up for seeing you within the next video.